This container was a little full, so now it's all over my hands. And now it's all over my counter. Hey there, happy Monday everybody. We're back with another request from our friend Amber, and her request was for a strawberry kiwi ice cream. And I don't know if you know this about kiwis, but apparently, and it's something I learned just in the last couple of years, the skin is edible. It's not appealing, but it's edible. So the approach I want to take on this one is a kiwi ice cream with a strawberry swirl. And because we're going to be adding some kiwi puree here, I think we need to go full cream. So this is 2 cups of heavy cream and 2/3 of a cup of sugar, a pinch of salt, and we're going to add some vanilla bean paste, but we'll just be a little bit on the light side with that. And over low medium heat, bring this on up to a simmer. Now that it's simmering, we have 4 egg yolks that we will temper with 2 ladlefuls of our hot cream, then back in and cook for 2 minutes. That looks fine to me. Kill the heat. Now I'm not going to slide it off of the heat right now because I have 5 kiwis that I have run through the blender so that they have a nice puree to them. It yielded about somewhere between 1.25 cups and 1.5 cups. We'll call it 1.25 cups. And we will just add that directly into this cream mixture. And because I did this about half an hour ago and put it in the fridge, it is nice and cool. So it should help us to slow or stop this cooking process. Now, I do wish it was just a little more green, so I have some of this neon food coloring in green, and we'll just add a couple of drops at a time. I don't want a deep or completely unnatural green color, but just a little bit more green, because we do eat with our eyes, and you want to be able to tell that this is kiwi. So that was 2 drops. We're starting to get there. I'm gonna add 2 more. Well, that was 3. This is 3 cups of liquid that we're trying to color, so 3 or 4 drops, 5 drops is not a ton. And we could honestly use just a couple more here. That was actually 2 drops that time. And I think I'm okay with this. I like this color. So we'll just slide it out of the way. Now, we probably should strain this, but I think because of all of the kiwi pulp, I kind of want to keep that in there for texture. So I don't know that I'm going to worry about straining here. We'll just get it into the container. Oh, this is going to be close. It's going to be very, very close. That's almost perfect. And we'll just give it a little taste here for sweetness. And I'm surprised, even with the kiwi being sweet, this needs a little bit more. I guess we are probably closer to 4 cups than 3 cups, so that does make sense that we're a little shy on the sweetness. So we've got about another 1/8 of a cup of sugar, and we'll just go ahead and sprinkle that in. Yep, that's much better. So we'll go ahead and lid this up, and we'll get it into the fridge. And now we need to address the strawberry swirl. So this is a cup of pureed strawberries. That's about a pint that I have run through the blender. And we'll add that to the saucepan with 1/3 of a cup of sugar, a pinch of salt, a little dash of lemon juice. Bump the camera. And I'm sort of making a fly by the seat of your pants kind of decision here. I wasn't going to add any vanilla bean paste, but I'm gonna add just a little bit to it. We'll put this over medium heat and get it stirred together. Dissolve all that sugar. Now, as far as the kiwis, I did go with green kiwi and not golden kiwi because that was Amber's request. I personally have never had a golden kiwi. I did see them at the store, but I've never tried them. That will be something that I'll have to try in the future. I don't know what the difference is. Is it just color? Is it flavor? Somebody explain that one to me. So this is up to a simmer. I want to go ahead and turn the heat down to a simmer, and we're going to let this cook away for about 10 minutes to really reduce and concentrate a lot of those flavors. This has been reducing for about 8 minutes now, but I do want it to be a little thicker, sort of more of a jelly consistency, as opposed to just a reduced strawberry puree. So I have about a teaspoon of cornstarch with a little bit of water to make a nice slurry. We will go ahead and add that to the mixture and bring that heat back up over medium. And we want to bring this up to a boil and boil it for about a minute. And that should be enough to activate the cornstarch so that it thickens this whole mixture. Now, when I first saw the suggestion for kiwi, I wasn't sure how I was going to source the kiwi. It's probably just ridiculously expensive to import a bird that large all the way from New Zealand, and I didn't know how I was going to be able to pull that off. But then I realized that there's a fruit called kiwi, and I assumed that's what we were going for here. I don't know that a poultry with strawberry ice cream would be very good. Does kiwi count as poultry? And I actually have made strawberry kiwi ice cream before. It was one of the very first videos that I filmed for this channel. I did not like the way that the video turned out. I ended up scrapping it. Basically, I had not done any voiceover for it, and just the angles that I had and the lighting, it was not good. It was somewhere after the vanilla and the pomegranate, and then before the butter ice cream. So this is something that I've made before. I think I actually added bananas to it, but I did make a strawberry kiwi at least, and it may have been strawberry banana kiwi ice cream, and it turned out all right. It was more of a blender ice cream, where I just sort of threw everything in the blender and then threw it in the machine and let it do its thing. That's another reason I didn't post it, is because it was such a simple recipe that the video probably would have been about 2 minutes long. And back then, I don't think I was even tasting the ice cream. I think I was just making it and editing it all together from there. This is definitely boiling. You'll be able to tell sort of by the color. It'll clear up a little bit. You'll notice when we added the cornstarch, it got kind of cloudy. As that cooks and blooms, it will start to clear up a little bit. And also you'll be able to tell from the spatula that it's really starting to get thicker. And it didn't clear up as much as I would have liked. I'm not entirely sure why, but I can tell from the spatula that it is starting to get rather thick. So we're going to pull it off the heat and dump it straight into one of these 2-cup containers. Coincidentally, this is also sort of how I make my strawberry pie filling. So there's our strawberry swirl. It is quite hot. Burn my fingers there. Go ahead and lid this up. We're gonna go ahead and let this chill. Okay, it is time to get the kiwi ice cream into the churn, the ice creaminator. Now there is quite a bit here because, like I said, it came up with about 4 cups. So this is going to probably take 40 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, but we will see when we come back. Okay, time to get the kiwi ice cream into a container, and I want to take 2 different approaches here. The first is I'm going to put down a layer of ice cream, and then we will just spoon some of that strawberry on top. Probably 2 spoonfuls here. Level that out, and then we will just top that with more of the ice cream. And then just with a knife, I'm going to sort of swirl it 4 times, each quadrant into the center. And we'll throw a lid on and move on to the next step. So method 2 is I'm going to swirl in this strawberry sauce using the spatula so that we get some better mixing maybe. And I don't want to do a ton of folding. Like I said, we want it to sort of have some distinct areas. So no mixing per se. There's some happening here. I may have over mixed. I'm going to set this aside in case I need it later on. And then we'll get back to putting this into containers. I did over mix in some areas. It's really easy to do. We'll go ahead and throw a lid on. SK for Strawberry-Kiwi, and this goes in the freezer. Okay, time to give the Strawberry-Kiwi ice cream a try. It's a firm but yielding squeeze, so I'm a little hopeful that we have a decent scoop here. It's a touch on the firm side, but it's a nice looking scoop. We ended up with some good striations of the kiwi and the strawberry, but I think just for good measure, I'm going to throw on a slice of kiwi and a slice of strawberry and maybe another slice of kiwi and another slice of strawberry. So like I said, we have some good striations there. The strawberry is definitely a little more firm and icy than the ice cream, but I think that's a good thing in this case. So this bite makes sure we have some good strawberry and some good kiwi. The kiwi ice cream does taste like kiwi, obviously. It's creamy, but it has some of that tartness from the kiwi, and then if you hit any of the little seeds, it provides just a little bit of crunch factor. And the strawberry portion is sweet with just a tiny bit of tartness. Nothing like the kiwi. The kiwi is doing the heavy lifting as far as the tartness and the creaminess. And then the strawberry brings in a little more of the sweetness. But you know, these flavors do work well together. Strawberry kiwi is sort of a go-to tropical flavor, although I guess strawberries aren't really tropical, are they? And the ice cream itself, as far as texture, it melts pretty well. So that was the one where we attempted to layer. Now I want to try the variety that we use the spatula to fold it in, so it's a little more mixed, so we might get a little more of the intermingling of the flavors. You know, I think this does work better doing it this way, even though it's a little more overmixed. So now the strawberry and the kiwi are not two separate components so much as they are now married. They are now one unit. Anyway, thank you as always to Amber for this suggestion. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments, and you may see it in a future video. Hope you all have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time. Bye! That was kind of awkward.